It was raining again. The kind of rain that doesn't cleanse, it exposes. I stood outside the golden gates of a mansion that shimmered under the streetlights like a lie told too often. They called it the House of Light. But all I saw was darkness, wearing money's perfume. I pressed my tiny fingers against the metal bars, watching people laugh inside. Crystal glasses clinked. Laughter floated. No one looked at me, a girl in torn shoes, shivering, clutching a paper doll I made from old receipts. A man in a black coat looked down at me. His umbrella dripped. "Who are you looking for?" he asked. I didn't answer at first. I just stared at the lights behind him. Then I whispered, "They won't let me in because I'm poor." He frowned. For a second, something flickered in his eyes, recognition maybe. Then it was gone. I watched him walk back through those gates. And the metal closed again, with the sound of every door that's ever been shut on me. The world outside their walls was cold, but mine was colder. Mama always said, money doesn't make people better. It only makes their lies shine brighter. I'd never seen my father. Only the stories Mama whispered before she slept about a man who promised the world, then disappeared when she gave him life in return. She never spoke his name, only said, "He lives where the lights never go out." So I found the house where the lights never went out. And now I stand here, too small to be seen, too quiet to be heard. Inside, I saw him, the man from the newspaper, the billionaire who built hospitals, funded schools, fed strangers. He smiled like kindness itself. And yet, when I looked at his face, my chest tightened. There was something familiar in the tilt of his eyes, the way he straightened his cufflinks, when nervous just like Mama used to. I didn't know how to say it. Didn't know if I should. But something deep inside whispered, "That's him." And still, they wouldn't let me in. I started coming every evening, standing by the gate, silent, watching the life that could have been mine. The guards began to recognize me. Some laughed. Some pitied. One threw a coin once it rolled in the mud, glinting like mockery. Inside, I watched him, the man they called kind. He always had someone beside him. A woman in diamonds. A boy my age. They sat by the fire, their laughter soft and cruel in its perfection. I tried to imagine what it would be like to be warm, to be wanted. But imagination is dangerous. It makes hope a living. 2 days later, a black car stopped by the alley where Mama and I slept. A man in a suit stepped out, holding an umbrella over his head like it was armor. "Mr. Hale wants to see the girl," he said. Mama froze. Her eyes went empty, like someone had erased her from inside. She didn't ask who she already knew. The mansion smelled of rain and power. He stood by the window, the same calm face from the news, but his eyes were shaking. He looked at me, then at Mama. His hand trembled. "She looks like you," he whispered. Mama didn't reply. Her silence was the loudest thing in that room. When she finally spoke, her voice was cold, the kind that doesn't melt. "You left us with nothing." You left her with nothing. He tried to speak, but Mama turned away. And I stood there between them, born from a secret neither wanted to face. He offered money, schools, houses, protection. Mama refused everything. She didn't want his gold. She wanted him to live with the truth. But I wanted to see what pain looked like on a man who never had to feel it. So I spoke softly, carefully. "Why didn't you come?" He stared at me, like the question itself was a knife. I didn't know. I cut him off. "Yes, you did." Silence. The kind that fills a room and chokes it. I stepped closer. "They said I couldn't come in because I'm poor, but you're the reason I am." His face broke just slightly, like a mask cracking under heat. And in that moment, I understood something. Guilt is louder than any scream. He tried to touch my hand. I stepped back. That was my revenge. Not hate, not forgiveness. Just distance. The kind that makes the rich feel small. We left before dawn. Mama didn't speak, and neither did I. The streets were empty, quiet, forgiving in their own cruel way. I looked back once. The mansion was shrinking behind us. Its lights were still on, but now they looked dimmer. Maybe he'd never forget my voice. Maybe he'd finally understand what it means to be outside the gate. Mama asked if I was cold. I shook my head, because for the first time, I wasn't. I whispered to myself, they won't let me in, but they can't keep me out of their thoughts. And the night swallowed us whole. Silent, powerful, unforgiven.